You can see on the calendar, May 1st, 2000. We're up here turkey hunting, and this little bitty Tom ran in the wrong spot.
Ran up Dad's barrel, and Dad was fortunate.
Here, kind of show him here, Ben, if you can. It's pretty dark. I don't know how good this is going to show up. Kind of show him there as best you can. Little beard there.
He's a little blue.
Yeah, he was blue.
Because he was hanging from
See,
his toes.
see if you can put your hand behind his beard and show his beard there a little bit.
I don't think they can see it.
And there it is.
You get better pictures
Right
of
there.
it in the light, though.
Is he just a Jake?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a Jake.
He's got a thick beard, though. It's really thick. It's been drug off.
Abe and I had decided to go over and glass for turkeys, and because we hadn't done any good all day, we heard plenty of gobbling this morning, but we didn't hear any gobbling this evening, so we went over into a clearing. Oh, I'm going to fall down on the fence here. There's Abe and Ben and Isaac. He's got his little hat on. You can show us his tail?
Yeah.
Okay. There he is. Anyway,
Been hammered.
yeah, he kind of...
Didn't you run up there to get him? I was running.
Yeah, Daddy's only.
But
He's
he
only got
hit
little
me a
knobs
couple
for
times.
spurs.
For spurs, yeah, I figured it was a Jake.
That looks like a Tom. Look at his little jugular thing.
Anyway, while Abe and I are glassing, we were standing in some really tall weeds. We didn't want to sit down because the mosquitoes were bad. And the mosquitoes were bad. We put our head nets on and our camouflage gloves because the mosquitoes were bad, and that turned out to save us. We weren't really expecting anything, but as we were just sitting there, we were whispering and being quiet, and just about 10 or 15 yards from us, we seen these two toms stick their heads up and start clucking at us. Cluck, cluck, cluck. And,
The other one was a hen.
I don't think the other one was a hen.
How come you didn't shoot both of them?
Well, we only had that.
That was like 3.
Neither one of us had our guns. Our guns were laying over 5 feet away against a log. And when they kind of ducked their heads behind a bush, I slipped down and grabbed the shotgun and stood back up with it pointing over Abram's shoulder. And when one of them stuck his head back out, they had wandered away a little bit, about 20 yards, I figure. And when this one stuck his head back out, all I could see was the top of his head. That was all I could see. Well, I could see about 6 inches of the top of his head and his neck. Maybe not quite that much.
Do you want to turn on the car headlights so you can see it better? Because it's getting pretty dark.
Nah, we'll go down and take a little footage of it in the lantern light.
How about the light of the car door?
To show this in the headlights of the car, lift it up so it's in the bright light of the car, guys, and show it here. We shot
The whole body?
Yeah, it's kind of fan its light, fan its tail. It's kind of got a hammered tail, don't it? Well, look,
I
it's
tried
got...
to say that it crawled underneath a log.
Lift it up so it's in the brightest part of the light, and kind of turn it over and show us
the same as yours.
show us the beard.
It's the same.
He's just stiffer.
Yeah, he's stiff. I told you, I shot him about 5 p.m. There's the beard.
He's rubbed off all the beard displaying.
Okay.
Look how thick it is compared to mine. He did a back swan dive looking kind of thing. It was a and Dad blew
I'm
off
trying
the
to zoom
blow
in
on
on
it.
it.
I'll bet that was like a 7 or 8 inch beard.
On a Jake?
That's a Tom. No, it's not, Ben.
Look at the spurs, son.
They're knobs.
So,
Show me the spurs.
Travis said the big Toms, their spurs, the biggest they get is about a half an inch.
So you don't think that's a Jake? You don't think that's
I
a...
think that's a Tom.
Wow.
Or maybe it's an inch and a half. I can't remember. They weren't very big.
Show me the beard again and then turn off the lights to the car. Put your hand behind it so I can see it. Okay. There it is. Okay, and this is the first day of our hunt. We had a good time today. Where we came down opening day, and there was some elk, or 17 head elk right down in this bottom. We walked right on top of them. Yeah, I had to chase them off. They wouldn't spot us. It seemed like pretty tame elk. You remember, this is the draw right below camp. This is where we've been hunting for turkeys in this big canyon. but we didn't have the guns close enough. So Grandpa had to shoot it. Well, Dad had to shoot it. So pretty soon, Grandpa, maybe 5 or 10 more years, where we shot our turkey yesterday. Abe and I were sitting on this spot right here, and we were glassing this little bowl, hoping to find turkeys for the evening, so we could come on them this morning. And while we were sitting right here, the mosquitoes were kind of bad in these weeds, and so we had all our camo gear on, and I had nets and our camo gloves, and while we were just sitting here kind of whispering like this, the turkeys popped up their heads right down there, about, I'd say, maybe 15 yards, right in there. And when the turkey walked, he walked around there, and I seen him. And then when he walked back right through there, he poked his head up right there. And I could see just a couple inches at the top of it. And that's when we blasted him. But it was probably about an 18 or 20 yard shot. We were just hoping to see this much, trying to see any turkeys up along that ridge line, feeding out on the hillside or down in that meadow, and maybe hear them gobbling towards afternoon. But we never heard any turkeys gobble until almost dark. So maybe we'll hear some today. We just heard one a minute ago, but it's just a lone one. I haven't heard any more. Isaac and Ben are over there up on those hills hunting turkeys. They're still hunting. It's been rainy today, and so the woods are quiet. We haven't heard a whole lot of gobbling going on. So we don't know what's completely happening with them, but that's all we know at this point. It's a whitetail.
buttons on his head about 3 or 4 inches long and about as big around as your thumb. I hope you can see him on the TV better than I can see him in here. He looks all fuzzy like he's not focused.
You can see what it's like. It's kind of thick, a lot of really lush and dense, a lot of green stuff. It's kind of neat looking.
We've seen a lot of whitetails. Are the turkey tracks to a big tom. The reason we know that's what they are is because Abram shot him. There they are. This turkey was walking down this road while me and Abram were hidden. And he came up. See how big them turkey tracks are? Them are big ones. Put your hand down there next to that, Abe. So his toes are as long as Abram's middle finger. Yep. And he come walking right around here like this. And this is where we thought he was going to turn and go the wrong way down that road right there, which would have been a tough shot for Abe. But he started to curve out, and then he turned and walked right up the road here. And when he got right up in here, he walked across this little soft spot. See how deep the tracks go? He got across this, got to this little spot right here, which as soon as he got right here, it enabled Abram to shoot him. And you can see here that he was close enough that Abram knocked some of his hide off. Well, at least some of his feathers. And here's what he saw. Here's what the last thing. Here's what the turkey never saw. See, because you don't know it, but that hiding thing right there, right there, is the turkey slayer, Benjamin. But he didn't get that turkey, but Abe did. So we're going to go up and show you some video of it. We had to walk back for the camera because what happened was it's been raining all day. You can see that this is May 4th now. It's been raining all day, and it just broke up long enough. We went out in the rain anyway. We didn't get up early. We went out in the rain and it broke, and when it broke, the turkeys started moving around. They haven't been gobbling or nothing today, but go get the bird, Ben. They haven't been gobbling or nothing, but but they are out feeding now. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. Bird. It's a nice big tom. One unlucky big tom. He's got about an 8 or 9 inch beard, we figure. He's a big tom. Go on up there, Abram. Abram went with me to go get the camera. We left Ben to guard the spot. See that? Ben, how big are the spurs? Oh, those spurs are like 3/4 of an inch long. Set. Yours was a dog. See, turn. Now hold his tail up a little bit, son. There we go. Fan it out, Ben. There's the turkey. Isn't that cool? Abram did good. He made a heck of a shot. Did exactly what I told him to do. He had a good coach, and he got out the bird. There it is. We were lucky. The bird just come walking around. Turn him around and show him the beard. Show us his beard now. Turn it around, Abe. There's his beard. There's the turkey's head, of course, but nice big Tom. The biggest one we've got. Abram's a lucky little snar, but we won't count that. His dad earned it for him, I think. Okay, we're gonna go up into the woods and take some still pictures. I just show you our entourage here. This is some of the country we're hunting turkeys in. You can see, maybe you can see that some of it can be somewhat steep, but you can see that it's really lush. Bring the bird right up there, guys. It's really lush, beautiful country. Go up there and get in the video. Okay, come on, pose for the video, guys. Get in there and let's have a look at the bird. And this is what you get when you endure to the end. Because, man, this is the second to last day of our hunt. And, this bird. Somebody's coming up there. That eluded us. Way to go, Ben. That's on video. Anyway, there's the bird. Stretch out his wings. Okay, that's as much as they get. He's a beautiful bird, isn't he, Jaron? I hope this doesn't make you too jealous. He was just lucky. Weren't you, Abe? Hey, let's see see that smile. Like you meant it. Are you happy?
Yes, I am.
You made a heck of a shot on it, son.
Oh, it's a helicopter.
You followed directions. You did good. Okay, that's all that. We're gonna get some still photos now. I wanted to show the color on this turkey's head. I know it's a little bloody, so it's kind of grotesque, but that is not what I wanted to show. You can see how his turn his head to the side. You see how blue he is, right up here in the cheek and around his eyes, just blue. He's got this little tassel on top. Then this is natural red. This isn't blood. And these things he fills with blood as he struts and shows the women his stuff. There's his ear right there, and it's huge. And no wonder they got good hearing. And this flashes white and red and all kinds of beautiful colors. Now turn him over. Let's get it. There's his beard. Let's see how long that beard is.
It's got to be about
Holy
8.5. My hand is 8 inches.
It's a nice beard. I want to look at his colors so you can see how beautiful his colors are. He's just a gorgeous, gorgeous bird. And there you can get a good look at his spurs. They look like they're probably, I'd guess 3/4 of an inch long or so.
Show the different colors in this chest.
Oh yeah, it's just as beautiful. Beautiful. Turn him over and let's look at his. Oh yeah, isn't that gorgeous? I mean, he's kind of shot because Abram blasted him in the neck instead of the head. He's a rookie though. He's still learning.
He was walking.
Okay, he was walking. And anyway, that's the way it works. I'm gonna show you this where he shot from, and then we'll be done filming. We've only rarely seen the sun on this trip. Doesn't that sound familiar, Jaron? But I wanted to show you right over there. It was where Abram's turkey came walking around on the road where we showed you those tracks. And then when he crossed behind this pine tree, we thought he was going to turn and go up this way, which he would have been shooting through that brush, and it might have been tough. But the turkey didn't. He hesitated to go that way, and then he turned and went this way, and he stopped right there, and that's where he blasted in. That's all those feathers sitting right there on the road, or on the edge of that old trail is what I should call it. It's just an old logging road. There's no big vehicles allowed on this road. It's all four-wheelers and smaller. But that's where the turkey was. That's where Abram shot
Show this flower. These are the most awesome flowers. This one has rough petals, but the other ones that we saw didn't have rough petals. Aren't those cool? There's your turkey hunters, Mom. Everybody grin for Mom.
Hey, y'all. Dad, where do you want me to put all your stuff?
It's a beautiful morning. May 5th, 2000. Here's the sunrise. It's the first sunrise we've had without rain in 3 days. So we fogged it up here. We found a spot where we think the turkeys are strutting. So we're gonna wait here and see if we can get some turkeys to come out. The boys are all hid up along in the trees. Ben's down there, and Isaac's back this way, over on the other side of those trees. We're seeing what we can find, and then we'll go from there. I hope I get to put a turkey on here in the next couple hours. You can see what time it is. We've been sitting here for about 30 minutes. Nice shooting, Tex. Let's see. How long is that beard? Wow. That's even a bigger one, isn't it? I don't know. Its feet are different color. Yeah, let's see how big his spurs are. Oh yeah. Nice, Tom. Nice shot, son. Yeah, thanks. Man, you shot him running. Holy cow, that was a nice shot. Yeehaw.
It was clucking just before. It was going cluck, 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 and then it just started getting louder and louder and louder.
Yeah, that's because he knew we were here. We didn't have much cover.
All we had was this tree.
Yep. Wow. Look at the wattle on that thing. Holy cow. Take off that hat. Let me see that smiling face. Good job. shot up at all. Seems like he died from fright. At least his head isn't shot up. Show his waddle there, son. There's his waddle. And now, let's look at the hair on the back of his head. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? And there you can see how come they can see like a darn eagle. Look at those eyeballs. The size of those eyeballs.
Stick out of their head, quarter of an inch.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It's a beautiful bird. He's all wet. You can see the length of those spurs. But his tail feathers, they look all wet. Right now, he doesn't look like he'd be very pretty fan now because his feathers are all wet. Beautiful bird. That was quite a shot, Isaac. Isaac said he led him by 2 feet as he was running across that clearing. He just rolled when he blasted him. It was pure miracle. This is a miracle trip here. This is a miracle trip.
It's a good wingspan.
Yeah, it's a good
Thunder can fly.
That's a nice big dog. Biggest one we've got. We figure it might have a 9.5, maybe even a 10-inch beard. Careful when I don't pull on it. Figure it might be a 9 and a 10-inch beard or so. Nice big dog. Big beautiful bird. We're gonna be eating turkey now, man. A little bit more about this turkey. Isaac and I are sitting behind this big tree right here. This tree. And Abram calls on the radio and said a nice Tom walked past him and walked the wrong way. And he's headed towards us. So we're sitting behind this tree and we see the bird come through those bushes right there. He gobbled at us before we seen him, and then he come into view. And when he got out right there, he come around that side of the tree and I got a little video of him. But it seemed like I was scaring him, so I turned the video off. And then he starts cluck, 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 and he ran around that side of the tree. And Isaac blasted him as he ran out into that clearing. It was probably a 40-yard shot, and he just rolled. It was really something. Isaac made the miracle shot. Made the miracle shot. Okay. Big Tom. Big Tom, big bad Tom. We're gonna go clean it now. There goes the mighty bird hunter right there. Isaac wanted to see how Buck's walking down the road. Things we didn't show on any of these birds that we wanted to is how the turkeys, here Isaac help me, how these turkeys rub their wings off when they're strutting. See how his wingtip, show him right there, yeah, see how that wingtip right there's, all the feathers are worn off from him dragging them in the ground. As they strut, they puff all up and drag their feathers, their wingtips on the ground, so they get the leading edge of this feather and all the bottoms of these get all just worn right off. He's got big spurs. We just can't get over how big of a waddle this turkey's got. This thing is, Isaac thinks this waddle's like 3 inches long. It probably is. It's a big waddle.
It's as long as my finger.
Now pick his head up like he was alive and show us how the waddle.
This is a mineral lake, which we have found, and there's 4 of them up here, all kind of in a row. This one's the biggest one of them all,
The sun's come out and it's just gorgeous. I thought maybe you'd see the fog wafting off the road there. Actually steam off the road. It's turned out hot again. It's been absolutely a gorgeous day. Except for that one little thunderstorm that rolled through. Well, it's been a little cool, but still pretty, all in all, pretty nice. Ben's still out trying to get his bird. He took refuge in that old shack when the thunderstorm hit. That little popping noise you can hear, I think you might be able to hear it, is these high tension power lines. I'll show you another beautiful spot here in a minute. Here's some more of these flowers. They're pretty cool. Another one right there. There's a little shot of the forest here. I'm not going to have much battery left. These are cedar trees here. They're not big old growth cedars. You can see there's a little creek bed right here in front of us. And that's some of the woods wherein we've been. Okay, we're on.
Okay, this is my turkey that I shot today, and we're running out of film,
hurry
and
up.
so it's just a jig. So
We'll tell you the story when we get more battery power.
Yeah.
You can keep talking.
Is this still going?
Still going.
Okay.
Not going to last long.
Isaac's beard beat
Well,
The left one is this constitutes our We wanted to show you the size of the birds when they're all cleaned up. This is one of the biggest toms. I'm just injecting them with some curing salts, a few spices, preparation to smoking them. You remember how Ben's was so tough last year? I'm hoping to cure that by curing the bird. You see the big bird, James? Yep. Ben wants to tell you the rest of his story on his bird. And let me just show you the other big bird. Yep. That's the other big one. This is where all they puff up when they're strutting. You can see they're pretty good sized turkeys. Those, I figure those two are. This is probably a 20-pound bird. I'm figuring this is a 22-pound bird.
When it's dressed.
Anyway, okay. I don't typically wear a hat in the house, but my hat here is more fluff.
Hi, James. You say hi to Jaron?
Say hi to Jaron. Say hi, Jaron. Don't be hiding. You want to go wake up?
Yes!
Are you guys going crazy over Nintendo?
I'm trying to do this one called
Hey,
the
James.
Stalefish. Huh?
What are we doing?
I can't do the stalefish. Yeah.
Hey,
Huh?
you want to say hi to Jaron? Jaron's gonna be on here. Say hi, Jaron.
Oh!
Yeah, say it. It is. It's gonna be Jaron in here. I'm serious. Say hi, Jaron. Jaron's watching you.
Stalefish.
Jaron's watching you. Hi, Jaron.
Can't convince him.
Not me.
Not-
Not Jaron.
Not Jaron? I know you're James. But Jaron, hey. Hey, you. Are you ignoring me?
James.
One.
We gotta turn off the Nintendo to get your attention, you two.
Turn off the Nintendo. James is all for that.
He's gonna turn it off. Boom.
Hey!
Just leave it off for a minute.
Press start. Michael, just press start and leave it there.
Just say something to Jaron. You don't want to watch.
Michael.
No!
I'm gonna turn it off.
No.
Hey, hey, hey.
Starting.
Be nice.
My movie
James.
is starting.
Turn around here and talk to your brother. Say hi, Jaron.
Michael, you can miss it since you're playing Nintendo.
Say, where's Jaron at? Up there? No, that's just a picture of Jaron up there.
Where'd Jaron go? How big a slice do you want me to
Where's Jaron at?
I don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened?
He went up in an airplane.
He went on an airplane?
Yep.
Well, did he go on a mission?
Nope.
He did too. He's on a mission. Yeah, he is.
Airplane.
I know, but the airplane took him to Chicago on a mission.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can I watch my movie now?
Don't you want to say anything to Jaron?
I did.
What? You said hi. You want to tell him about nothing? Tell him about your program or nothing? All right.
Oh, no.
Jaron, or James, you want to tell Jaron about your learning how to go potty? Say, look, I'm wearing underpants, no diaper for me. What?
No.
Something about not wearing a diaper.
No.
Just leave it off for a minute, Michael. I mean it. Well, Mom's over there making dinner. We got a Mother's Day dinner going on. This is Friday before Mother's Day. And we're having Grandma and Grandpa over for a smoked turkey.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at you. Don't you want to say anything to Jaron?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. All right. How about you, Mom? You want to say anything to Jaron?
Hi.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'll show you the smoked turkey then. There it is. We're finishing it in the oven.
What?
It's a big bird, about 23 pounds. It's the big one. It's only 170 degrees, so we still got a little ways to go.
Is fogged.
It is not. You want to tell Jaron about your turkey now?
Right now?
Sure. Want to sit over here and tell us?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and tell him.
Going?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, man. Thanks for telling me. Alright, well, I was sitting in the corner in this clearing down there at the bottom, Jaron, where, I don't know if you remember, but it was where we went up, and that first Saturday we went up and we all went down, clear down to the bottom and went up that little right leg road, and I was sitting down there, and I had been sitting there for about six hours, and it got to be about 3:30.
Was it 6 hours? Is that all?
Well, I moved
Oh, okay.
from that.
He'd been
clearing-
there. He'd been there all day.
Yeah,
From
I've been
about
down
12
there.
hours.
Yeah, I've been down there all day, and so I got up and moved a little bit, probably about 100 yards around the corner, sat in an intersection, and I'd been sitting there all day, and I was sitting behind a stump, and I was getting pretty bored. I sat there for 6 hours, all but when it was 20 minutes when it snowed and hailed and Idaho weathered on us, and so I went and sat back down, and I got all situated again. And I was just sitting there, and then around 3:30, we were sitting there. Actually, I was sitting there, and
We were all back at camp.
yeah, Dad and Abram and Isaac all went back to camp and to work on just start getting camp ready.
We were going home the next morning.
And so I was sitting there, and I looked up, and just in time, and I seen this turkey walking out. He was just sitting there walking. He'd peck maybe once or twice, but he'd mostly watch for like a couple minutes. Then he started to eat, and he turned his body. He turned his back to me. And that's when I got my gun. And when I got my gun, he turned his head, and then he started to walk a little bit faster, and then he stopped. And I started to squeeze the trigger, and then he started to lean, and he took a step just when the gun went off. And so I kind of flinched because I kind of heard the shot, because he's taking a step, and I guess I barely hit him, and I maybe hit him once in the wing and a couple times in the body, and he started jumping around and flopping and everything.
Well, if he's jumping around, you must have hit him in the head too, or in the neck.
Yeah.
But not killing shots, probably.
Yeah, they weren't killing shots, because then after I shot him, I walked up there and to stop him, and I tried to grab him, because I figured he was just flapping. I didn't know he was still alive, and then he tried to peck me and scratch me, and so I waited there, and then after a couple minutes, he started to drop his head, so I thought he was dying. So I went back over and I set my shotgun down on the stump where I was hunting, and then where I was sitting the whole day. And then he started. I looked over and he was trying to cluck, but he couldn't see, because out of luck I shot him right through the eyes with a BB or two, and so he couldn't see. And he was trying to cluck, so I walked back over there to him, and I was just dinking around. So I got out my call, and I tried to cluck and see if he'd call, and then he started to cluck more, and so I put my call away, and I went to, and then
You're doing all that goofing off?
Yeah, I was goofing off. I forgot. And when I was sitting there, right after I shot him, I ran over there and I set down the gun and I got out my call and I radioed to Dad and I went yee-haw really loud, and then me and Dad had the little thing going on, the red leader, gold leader thing going on, and Dad tried to contact me that day when him and Abram shot his bird, and so they tried to contact me and they couldn't, and then I was trying to contact Dad, and when he told me he went back to camp, I know he went back to camp already, because he said he would leave on his call in case I needed anything, but he didn't leave on his call. His radio. The radio, and so I put the radio away, and then when he started trying to cluck, I walked away from him, and then I turned around, and he stood up, and started to run, and I knew as soon as he started to run, I didn't want to chase him out around the woods, and somebody would probably see me running out in the woods chasing this big old turkey and fogging up the field, and it'd be a sight to see. I'd get some laughs out of it, so I ran back and I grabbed my gun as fast as I could, and by the time I turned around, I seen him just as he got up on the road, and I seen him being in a little tree, probably about 8 feet tall, a little, I don't think it was a cedar, I think it was a pine tree, and then he turned around and he started running down that road, and I had this big old dead tree in front of me, and he was running pretty fast. He did all this in about 2 seconds, and I ran fast also. I wasn't going to let him get away. And so when he started running, he got on the other side of the tree, I blasted him, and that was my Davy Crockett shot. I wasted him, so I shot him, and then I walked over there, and he was dead that time. And so I got all my stuff, and I started walking up the road, and then I got to the top, and I met Dad up there, and we took pictures and everything, and that was about it. That was my turkey story.
Okay. Abram, you want to tell Jaron any more about your turkey story that he didn't get a chance to see in there?
No, you told him the whole thing.
I did.
Practically.
Okay. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Would you rather have been in school?
No.
Okay. How about you, Isaac?
What?
Are you wanting to tell Jaron any more of your turkey story?
No.
You haven't got anything else to tell? You guys over there sharing a all-day sucker?
It's gonna be all day on the right James is going.
Is that nummy?
Jaron,
You're gonna spoil your dinner.
show Jaron your tongue.
Right to me. Let me see it.
Show it like to show daddy. Okay, Dad, you can turn it off now.
I can, huh?
What? Did you share?
Are you sharing? You wouldn't let go. I didn't have it on when you did that. You want to say something to Jaron? What?
Hi.
That's it?
That's pretty good, Alyssa. Hi.
Nope, guess not.
I know.
What?
Hi, and I miss you. And I love you.
Hi, and I learned to shave my legs. And to cut myself.
You're not shaving your legs.
Who's shaving their legs, Isaac?
Isaac's been shaving his legs. He's the one who admitted it.
Alyssa shaves her legs.
No way.
Yeah, wait, you asked her.
I did. She said no.
Yeah, but you know, Alyssa.
Dad, are you taping it? Dad, are you recording it?
Yeah, that's recording.
Hey, hell.
Hi.
I think you already did that.
Oh, he can see you fine. You want to say hi to Jaron?
Hi, Jaron. We just got back from Illinois. We went over.
They were
and
over there just south of you.
We went over there and helped Carolyn for a couple of weeks and helped Ted, Don and Colleen put in a
Bathroom.
bathroom downstairs. They've just had one bathroom for 10 of them.
Holy smoke.
Well, I bet they're glad to have that, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're glad to get another bathroom. I mean, it's pretty hectic with 9 girls and 1 guy in a house with 1 bathroom. With all
Well, the
that
guy
air.
can use the bushes.
Oh yeah.
He can just. They got some bushes at their house.
They've
Yeah, but
also
they're
got
little
lots
ones.
of neighbors and they're not blind.
Well, they've got more bushes than they got neighbors. They ought to be able to go out and hide.
Not very well. Depends on how dark it is.
Not unless you've been there.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
Seen pictures of their yard.
Sure.
Bushes are like 3 feet
They have
tall and
to.
15 feet tall, little hedges.
Show Jaron our mess. Ask him if he misses it.
You missed the mess, son. We had dinner. There's the cake and ice cream still out on the table. And all the mess from
Gone.
dinner.
I ate it all. Can't you smell it, Jaron?
You ate all the cake?
Yeah.
Ice cream's gone. Buffet gone.
No, yeah. Hi.
Jaron, did Carolyn write to you yet?
Hey.
She was going to write you a letter. Tell you about the baby.
Well, he's not going to be able to answer that on here. He'll have to write to us. I'll show you the Beard Star turkeys. We got them sitting over here on the table. We were showing them to Grandpa. So what we got here is, this is the big beard to the big bird. And then this is the medium-sized beard to the medium-sized bird. And then there's the little bird. And then this little bitty turkey beard right here is Ben's bird, see? That one right there.
He said he wanted it, and I said,
So can you see those good enough? This one's about 9 inches long, the big one. And then this one's about 8 inches long. And we didn't measure those. They look like they're maybe 3 or 4 inches long.
Where he is and see which one.
Probably.
yeah, that's what she said.
Yep. You're still wet.
I think they left in some missions.
You know where the keys?
The family that's not really close.
Where the keys?
See, Carolyn hasn't really
Yeah, I put them in your pocket.
where she would be able
Well, we'll see you later.
You gonna head? All right, here, let me turn this. What are you hiding for, James? There's Michael jumping on the trampoline. And he's talking to Travin. Oh, there's Blake. And there's Travin. Being the nice boy he is, banging on the walls. We just thought we'd show you a few things that we've done in the yard since you left. Top blew off the little shed there. The strawberry patches, we sprayed grass killer on it. The only thing that came up this year was grass. And that apricot tree, I don't know what's the matter with it. I think it's about half dead. We're going to take it out. So we moved the greenhouse finally blew down. And actually it just split too big. And we moved the strawberries over there to where it is. So I'll show those to you first. We took and planted the strawberries in here after what few came up. Took them out of the strawberry patch over there. Raspberries are doing pretty good. We expect a crop of raspberries, but we're not going to get any strawberries. I want to go over and show you the service berries a little bit. Lilacs are just going to bloom just a little bit here. There's Mom. We're going to go over and look at the other side of the yard for a minute.
Don't look at the yard, don't look at me.
Why not?
Showing my flowers.
Oh.
That little humpy, dried up old weed has got actual little hearts hanging on it.
Yep, Mom's bleeding hearts come in pretty good. The little rose bushes are doing okay. And the weeds are doing really good.
I don't know.
Well, we got rid of some of the weeds. I sprayed all day yesterday. There's one of the chickens running around. This apple tree out here bloomed pretty good. The one that's got the golden delicious we didn't really care for on. And the service berries have bloomed up pretty good. So we got a pretty good looking row of service berries. And
This tree right here was beautiful the other day.
it's actually past full bloom now. If you look at this, you can see the bees are still in it, but as you look at that, you can see that the cherries are starting to form right here on the ends of these. And the blossoms are about falling off. Bees are still in it pretty good. But the service berries kind of look neat, don't you think? Okay, we're going to go down the other side of the house now.
Yeah.
Another couple of days and the cactus will bloom all up for you. It's not any taller than you remember it. But if you, they're not blooming. These were all bloomed up yesterday. We were going to show you some blue flowers, but all there is a couple left.
They probably need water.
They do need water. I was going to put water to them today. That's the Quakies. They're looking pretty good.
How tall that one is? You see how tall that one was?
Yeah, you see how tall the one Quakey is there, swinging in the breeze. Here's your baby brother.
James, say hi. Hi. Michael, say hi.
Mom's rose bushes came up pretty good and thick. And there's the other Quakies.
Michael, say hi. Hi.
What are you doing, James? Huh? What are you doing? Nothing. All right, we'll go out to the orchard. Got the blooms on those service berries. Yeah, I showed him that apricot tree and this peach tree, excuse me, are pretty much toast. That peach tree is coming back. It's still in bloom or doing much of anything. This apricot tree looks pretty good. It had 2 or 3 blossoms on it. I don't know if it's going to do anything. The pear tree has got a couple of blossoms. Had about 5 or 6 blossom clusters on it, but that was about it.
Smells so good. They pretty.
And then this tree
Isn't that gorgeous? All
is pretty
white.
full.
All white blossoms.
Yep, they are pretty. That's our Honeycrisp that's up in the yard. And then that tree, holy cow. We had a few blossoms coming on the plum trees. And that tree, the one that grows the great big monster apples, look at that thing. Isn't that incredible? Even that red delicious bush in the corner that you pruned the heck out of last year. In the garden there, you see a bunch of little sticks, and those are. Yeah, I can see them in there. Those are going to be our root stalks for our orchard. We're going to do some bud grafting this summer, and so when you get back, we'll have some new trees to plant in the orchard. Take up. Look at this. Look at this, honey. This Golden Delicious. Is that incredible or what? Wow, huh?
It's like primary song.
Yep, this one too. Pretty much fully bloomed out. Gonna have a lot of blossoms on it this year. And then of course right back here, there's those two kind of side by side there. I'm gonna turn on the wind buffer here. Okay, I got the wind buffer on because it's kind of breezy. Here's our little nut trees. Not very big.
Like a raspberry.
Yeah, they do look kind of like a raspberry.
But the stem, the stalk doesn't. The trunk, just the leaf does.
Yeah, just the leaf. Kind of neat looking, and they kind of got little.
Little buds coming out.
Yeah, what the heck do you suppose is that? Just new
More
leaves?
leaves, probably.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it just grow out with sets of leaves. Maybe it's making a branch.
I hope so. And we got them there and there, about every 3 feet. And this is across where we pulled out the poplars. So now we've got a little nut tree row there. It's not much to look at yet. Chickens, of course, got in here and spread the straw out good for us. You can kind of get an idea of them, though. Doesn't zoom in on very good. They're too wiggly. But I thought I'd come out here in the orchard and show you the bloom a little bit. There's the Golden Delicious row. What do you think of that? Cool, huh? Mom wants me to show you one. Yeah, this one's all pink. This is a Golden Delicious. And this is a Honeycrisp. Cool, huh? And then down here, and they're almost done blooming, is the Heart of Reds. And it really doesn't do it justice, because like I said, they're getting pretty much done. You know how they bloomed earlier, and I was waiting for the Golden Delicious and the Honeycrisp to come on. But you can see down the row there that there's blossoms on pretty much most of them. In fact, Abe said he went and checked, and there's 2 trees in this row that do not have any blossoms on them whatever. Then there's a few with only a few blossom clusters. But it looks pretty neat, I think. There's the Golden Delicious row from the other side, kind of looking down through there. Still got a little snow on the mountains. It's still cool up there. Of course, you know, getting to be Memorial Day weekend, it's time to go get rained and snowed on while we go fishing. This is the Honeycrisp row. You can see all the twine. We've been tying down branches. Boy, look at that one tree down there all full of blossom. Maybe we'll walk down there and look at it. Ah, I think I got tape left. Mom says I'm supposed to walk you through the orchard. So we'll just look through the orchard a little bit here. You can kind of get an idea. You know, we're obviously not going to be able to let these trees produce as many, or take on as many apples as they're growing blossoms. But, yep. I bet you miss those cows, don't you? There's a Honeycrisp, nice big beautiful tree, well-formed branches, looks great. One little blossom cluster on it. The tree next to it is a little puny thing. It's loaded.
It's cute.
I wonder how come that thing didn't get tied down. That tree should have been tied down. Anyway, here's the tree that grew all the apples in the Honeycrisp row last year, and it's going to come out and do it again this year. Yeah. It must have had a stick busted off of it, huh? Anyway, not all these Honeycrisp have blossom clusters, but many of them do. We come out yesterday and sprayed all the weeds, so that's why you see all these dandelions that are all curling down here in the edges of the rows. The thistles are sprayed too. They're just not blossoming yet, or I mean curling yet. You can see that we're pretty heavy in dandelions on down the row. I'm not going to have any choice but to spray out the dandelions, and that'll kill out the alfalfa. Boy, there's a tree that's pretty loaded.
On the bottom. Wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing, isn't it? And of course you can see that those Harler Reds are looking pretty good. They're pretty full of bloom too.
Can you see the hawks over there above the tree?
And I got a couple of hawks soaring up in the sky. I don't know. He probably has hawks. Yeah, I can get him in here a little bit. Anyway, I wanted to show you these couple of Honeycrisp. These bigger trees, the ones that were really tall, they have up and just outdone themselves. I got to show you this. Look at this thing right here. And then you remember the couple of trees that were like 9 feet tall? Look at this darn thing. Okay, it's got a lot of blossoms at the bottom. Man, look at this. Look at that.
Little snowballs.
Little snowball clusters all the way to the very tippy top. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
The bees are into them.
Yeah, the bees are into it. Somebody left clothespins on that one. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat. These tall ones are all looking good. You see how we got the branches kind of tied down? We're trying to get the branches to spread to good angles, but look at those things. Isn't that amazing? I don't know how much fruit we'll get off of them. We'll see. Of course, we can't let those upper branches really grow any fruit. Boy, that one's kind of loaded. Yeah, looking good. What?
A bee.
What's it?
A bee flew into me off of the tree.
There is a few bees, but they're interested in sucking on something else. They're not going to come suck on you. But, yeah, I noticed. I don't know what's caused it. It's on a lot of these branches. The ends of them have died off. And I don't know quite what to make of it. The branch behind it looks good and healthy. But the ends have just died off, so I think we're going to have to...
Did it get frozen? Well, that didn't... There's 2 of them, maybe.
Well, there's some... You look down here, and they're on many of these trees, hon. Many of them. So anyway, this can kind of give you an idea of just how much, well, Mom thinks they got cold. You can see that if we get some of these things, oh here, I wanted to show you this, look at this. There's these big trees, and there's a pretty big one. Big, huh?
Lost a tree back there.
Well, that's the one the wind blew down last summer. And that big 75-mile-an-hour wind gust we had, look at the blossoms on those silly
Back
things.
at Valentine's Day a couple months ago, you mean?
No, last summer. And I don't know why, Jaron, this is really bizarre, but we've got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 dozen trees. Now you look, we got a good full formed tree here, even this one's full of clusters, and that tree hadn't hardly leafed out yet. I don't know what's up with it, it's just lollygagging behind the times. I mean, it looks healthy enough, but everything's just way late on it. I don't know what's up with it.
Maybe it's got the wrong kind of rootstock.
Well,
No?
it does have a damaged rootstock, you can see down there. But I don't know, I don't think that's it, hon. I don't know what it is. And then here's the little bitty Honeycrisp. And they've even all volunteered to bloom out and try to grow some fruit for us. course, we won't be able to let that happen either, but gives you an idea. And then over here, this is the next Golden Delicious row. And you can just look down the row and you can just see that there's blossom. I mean, not every tree is bloomed, but there's blossom all the way back down there to where we came from. Boy, look at that beautiful crop of dandelions we got coming in here. Oh my goodness. If we could just get a crash out of those, we'd be in business. We know how to raise them things. And then over here is a Sweet 16 row. And this is a last year's tree. Look at that thing. Isn't that crazy? It's a beautiful tree. Not very many in this row have done that though. There's 8 or maybe 15 or 20 that have done it. You can see them down there a ways.
Look at that one right
Which one?
there. A straight stick up with blossoms all the way up the stick.
Oh, you mean that one right across in the other row there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of shoots.
Yeah, that looks pretty funky. But those Sweet 16 down there, the big Sweet 16s, you can see right where they start, right there, the big trunks. They got a few blossoms on, but not very many. They just didn't bloom out this year. I don't know what's up with that. I sure thought they'd be the ones to produce for us first. Might just be the trees. Then you got, the variety. And then over here you've got all those, this is the next little row of Honeycrisp. The little ones. You can see that it's full of the bloom too. Of course, that's the one Mom thought really looked funny shaped. There's the rest of them down on that way. And then of course over here is the last row. Yeah, there you go. Not too much bloom. There's a couple right down in here that have got some bloom in them. Kids will have some fun clipping off blossom clusters. If you thought we clipped off blossom clusters last year, you wait till you see how many blossom clusters we have to clip off this year. Holy cow. Yep. And see, there's a few blossoms on those going on down that way. Yeah. Neato, huh? Figured you'd like to see the orchard. I'll come and kind of walk back. I don't really know what else I can show you. What else you'd like to see? This is the honey. Oh my goodness, why don't I back off a little bit here? I haven't been looking through the... There. This is the Honeycrisp row you're looking at. That'd be the Golden Delicious. And on the other side over that is the Sweet 16 row. Got a kick out of James this morning. We were talking about where Jaron is, and we were telling him how you flew in a plane and went on a mission. And he's like, "You're on a mission?" Yeah, he's on a mission. And your mom's trying to tell him how you're teaching about Jesus. It's a pretty one. Gorgeous tree. And he just really thought that was, I don't know, it was like he caught onto it or something, I don't know. Look at this little thing. Holy smoke, is this one loaded with bloom. Look at that thing right there. I mean, this one's got some on, but wow. Look at that thing. It's definitely got more blossom on than leaves. The bees are loving it. And then these 3 little bitty trees that froze out the first year, they've all come back, and they're all growing a little bit. I'm doing a little training on them. Oh, there's another one that's pretty full of the bloom. Honeycrisp row. Golden Delicious row. Look at that one right there, son. Oh, and look at that sweet 16 on the other side of it through there. Uh-oh, I'm running out of battery. So we're not going to have much time left here to talk to you unless I go and take care of it. This is Sunday, the Sunday after Mother's Day. 2000. And we can take this inside and finish it up. I'll just let the battery run it out here while we're show you the rest of the row. Oh, delicious. No, that was Honeycrisp. This is Golden Delicious. What am I thinking? Well, figured I'd give you a little view of the orchard from the deck here. There's the garden, and that's the Honeycrisp there in the garden. That's all in bloom, and those trees back there that I showed you a little closer up earlier. And then on back there's the orchard. So that's the Heart of Red row, a Honeycrisp row. Or no, that's a Golden Delicious. That's a Honeycrisp. That's another Golden Delicious. And then that one is a Sweet 16. And then the two on the end are more Golden Delicious. There's a little snow. You probably haven't seen that in a little while, but you'll probably get to see that again. Okay. Alright, that pretty much covers everything out here, I think. Well, I think we're about done with this tape. We just thought there'd been studying, cramming for a final at school. And your little brother's over here camped out. There's the baby. Him sleeping on the floor. Just snoozing out. You want to smile, Michael? You're on candid camera. Alright. Well, that's all we have. We showed you everything we wanted to show you, and we'll call it good.
I love you. Love me.
Me too.
Ouch.
Okay, you want to say bye?
I love you. Bye.
See you later.